Virgo, welcome to today's reading. Okay, I'm sorry I didn't post yesterday. It's just that I started on the website, so I'm gonna work on that more in my free time. I was just getting it started. Remember, this is a general reading, so it's not gonna resonate with everybody. Take what does, leave what doesn't, that sort of energy. Okay, I don't know why I always say that sort of energy, but you know what I mean. So Holy Spirit, great angels and spirit guides, what insight do you have for Virgo? Okay. So Virgo, so it looks like you're trying, so some of you guys could very well have a goal, something that you're working towards, okay? Whatever the case may be, looks like there is forward movement, okay? Or this could be, fast paced, or this could also be, messages coming in, but definitely progressing towards something, okay? So that was fire energy. This is water energy. So with this, so the Queen of Cups to me is somebody who's, fair, honest, somebody who could be intuitive, very in touch with their feelings and emotions, and regardless of what they go through, they appear really collective, okay, like I said, kind of fair. There's something else with this, like I'm sensing that whoever this is representing, like I feel like there's something like in their mind, not necessarily like they're planning, I mean they could be planning, but they're really thinking about things, okay? So keep in mind that when I talk about love or relationships, it doesn't necessarily mean romantic. So, whoever you're dealing with, this is also water energy, okay? So whoever you're dealing with, it doesn't have to be romance, okay? So just keep that in mind. So there definitely is a disconnection here. For some of you, this could be on the verge of a breakup, going towards a breakup, or it's just, not feeling satisfied in this connection or relationship. Again, doesn't have to be romantic, okay? So, there's that disconnect or unfulfilled. All right, so in the past, connected to this water energy, so either you're connecting with a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, or they have those in their chart, or it's just the overall oh my goodness, the overall energy of their reading, a lot of emotions, okay? So in the past, there was that love and support being offered here, okay? So either it was you or somebody else, take it how it resonates, you know what I mean? So even though if I say what they oh my goodness, even though if I say a thing one way, you can switch it around. So, definitely in the past, there was that, somebody giving that love and support, okay? And now, so the nights are about, at least for me, are about coming towards something or somebody, or, oh my goodness. I hate doing these so early in the morning, like, oh my gosh. So I apologize. I know I'm so bad with words. You guys, if you're already a follower, you already know I'm so bad with words. So anyway, so for me, the nights is about, either somebody coming towards you or you're going towards somebody else, or it could be a thing too. So someone or something, or it's the way that you do things, or a way that somebody here does something. So whether somebody's going towards somebody else, or it's just the way that they're doing things, there's a lot of passion involved in that with this fire energy, okay? Let's move these out of the way. All right, now let's see where you're headed. Okay, so in your near future, now, I'll say what it is first. So you have the Chariot in reverse. Okay, so this is lack of direction, no direction, obstacles in getting in your way, roadblocks. Obstacles are things that you can get around, but I feel like this is like legit, like roadblocks. Okay, not an obstacle, but like roadblocks. For some of you, actually, for a few of you, could be a roadblock, actually. That's what I'm sensing. So keep in mind that when it comes to the future cards, that is just the path that you're currently on. That can change at any moment, anytime, okay? Any second, any minute, any day, any week, any month. And the thing about tarot too, like, I just like these readings are timeless. So, it is annoying, especially if you hear the same readings all the time. It's just like, well, when's it gonna happen? When's it gonna happen? The thing is that it's timeless. It's just probably, it's in the works. You know what I mean? It's gonna, some things are divine timing. So anyways, air energy. So, some of you guys like, how do I want to explain this? So, there is healing here. So either this is, you healing yourself or you healing this relationship, okay? So, there could have been that sense of betrayal. Now, when I talk about betrayal, negative energies, toxicity, that can be anything mild to extreme. And usually people don't see the negative, the toxicity, unless it's something extreme, okay? But it could be there in a mild way to where you're just not seeing it that way. You know what I mean? So anyways, oh my goodness, I made such a mess. So that's why I haven't been showing the cards too, because before it was like my chair was missing, and then now it's just like this huge mess. Because for those of you who don't know, I do tarot in secret, so I'm always having to take things out and put them away. But whatever, enough about that. So anyways, back to this. So I feel like, there could have been that sense of hurt and betrayal, but like I said, it doesn't have to be something extreme. We can feel betrayed in the smallest ways. So that's what I mean. So, like I said, what I'm seeing is like some of you guys, this could be a rough patch. Some of you guys, this could be, the for sure end. You know what I mean? And for some of you guys, you could also have somebody new coming in because, like I said, like in the past, there was this person who was offering you love and support, okay, and you had that. And now you have, that passion. Okay, so, I feel like for a lot of you that those are two different energies, okay? But whatever relationship you're dealing with now, I feel like there's no, like I get the sense it's not really going anywhere, okay? But there is something that you're working towards, okay? So I feel like there is that sense of healing, okay? Either for you or for the, the relationship of you and this person. Again, not necessarily romantic. And some of you, this could end up being like a third party or this triangular situation, okay? Kind of like you have your past person, then you have this new person coming in, you know what I mean? And it kind of just like, because you can have so even in non-romantic situations, we can be stuck between this person and this person. It's kind of like an angel on one shoulder and the devil on the other. You have one person saying one thing and the person saying, you know what I mean? Anyways, so influence. So what is influencing you? So, either you are either when you're, whatever you're dealing with, so either you're dealing with this on your own, because sometimes some people actually handle things better on their own, or at least have that sense of wanting to do things on their own, think things through, come to a decision on their own. So, I feel like, for some of you, that's what's driving you. Okay, or it could be, not wanting to be alone and that sort of thing. Okay, so I feel like air energy. So what you're hoping for, okay, I think everything's on here except for Earth. Yeah, except for Earth energy, which it makes sense because, things aren't really grounded right now. And then the Pentacles, it's about being, whether you're grounded or ungrounded, but like your foundation too. But anyway, so, for your hopes, it's kind of like, I feel like the King of Swords, whether it's upright or reverse, you kind of, have that cold, distant, what's that called? Atmosphere around you. Okay, so, because I feel like, you're really having to use your head over your heart. And that is very hard to do. It is. And, not everybody is able to do that, okay? Some people learn to do it as they get older, okay? So I feel like, kind of, so, some of you could be worried like you're not strong enough to, deal with what's being thrown at you. But, like I said, just really having to use your head over your heart, because our heart gets us in so much trouble. Like if our head and our heart are saying two different things, probably because our heart is deceiving us. When I say our heart is deceiving us, it's because sometimes we let ourselves be ruled by our emotions, which leads to, troubles and stuff, okay? So, yeah, so I do see you, letting go, releasing, healing, okay? I don't see you getting stuck on this, okay? It's like, I really do feel like at least a lot of you will come to the realization that, you need to move on, you need to heal. For some of you, the case may be, deciding to walk away, deciding to let things end, okay? You know what I mean? And like I said, some of you have that, that new energy coming in. Okay, so this could be somebody new. Okay, for some of you, there is somebody new coming towards you, or it could be that if you're not talking to this person anymore, that they're coming back with passion, in a passionate way. All right, but be careful. I always have to say be careful when it comes to reconciliation. I'm not against, and it probably sounds like I'm against it, but I'm really not. It's just that not every relationship should be reconciled. And that's why I always feel the need to, talk about that, because let's put it this way. And like I said, for some people it's just a small, minor, stupid thing, you know, you know what I mean? But for other people, it's just like, relationships do end for a reason, okay? Now, and to get back together, like I said, doesn't have to be romantic. I know it's starting to sound romantic. It doesn't have to be romantic. This goes for any kind of relationship, especially if there was lying, betrayal, deceit involved, okay? Whatever the case may be, the person that was hurt has to be able to leave that hurt in the past, has to be able to let what that person did completely go. Even if you're still, feel like you're healing from it, or, maybe, you get paranoid because something triggers you that they say or do, and then it makes you suspicious, you're going to have to keep that to yourself, because this person doesn't want to be constantly reminded about what they did. They know what they did. They know that it was wrong if they're sincere about reconciling with you. But if you don't let it completely go, it is going to ruin your relationship, okay? Because you're bringing that baggage back into it, which is why you ended things in the first place. Now, this person, the person who did the hurting, so to speak, they really have to know and be able to admit that what they did was wrong, okay? Because one, if they can admit it and say it out loud, because they are acknowledging, that, and because they're acknowledging it and they know, And I'm not saying that they won't do it again, but they might not. Okay, there are some people who are just complete, a-holes, jerks, who just like they know what they're doing, but they don't give 2 cents anyways. um, so I was trying not to cuss, so I don't know if it came out right. But you know what I mean? So, then that person really has to change and really has to show you that they can be trusted, that things are different this time, And then there's the little things that, or not little things that ruin a relationship, okay? When we get into a relationship and we fall for somebody, we don't think about those big things, that usually come out later on. But anyways, I'm just saying, that's just one example. Like, relationships do require sacrifice. They do require compromise because, we're all different and we're not always going to agree on things. We're not always going to see eye to eye on things. But some people have, what do you call that? Oh my goodness. What is that word? I don't know what it's going to come to me later when it doesn't matter. But everybody has that one thing at least that's, deal breaker. Yes, everybody has that one thing that's a deal breaker for them. No matter what they say, okay? There are things that people just, don't like when it comes to relationships. And it's like you can absolutely be in love with somebody for who they are, but it could be that one thing that turns you away. And sometimes we don't figure that out until later on, once we already invested all our time. That's why I think it's really important. Like, you don't really fully know somebody until 6 months of knowing them. Because, when we first meet somebody, we show a better version of ourselves. But over time, as we become comfortable with somebody, you know what I mean, our true selves, starts to come out. But we don't always have those important talks, like when it comes to religion, money. Like, let's say you have one person who's a big spender and you had no idea until after you moved in with them. Or let's say someone's a complete slob and you had no idea until you moved in with them, because hello, when people know that they have company, what do? Like, oh hell no, I gotta clean this up. You know what I mean? So it's just stuff like that, money, religion, kids, no kids, when it comes to like the big stuff. Those are just examples. So I know I rambled on like I normally do, so I'm sorry. I just like, I just always feel obligated to explain when it comes to reconciliation. So, if you're both willing to compromise, both willing to sacrifice, both willing to leave the past in the past, then, there's a chance, okay? But be careful, because if a person hasn't really changed, old habits will, like I find that, like, you have to change before you go back into the relationship. Don't just say, hey, I'm going to change, I'm going to work on it. Like, yeah, you can work on it, but if you work on it while going into it, old habits die hard, that's true. Like, for somebody to really change, they have to really see something in themselves that they don't like. So if they're doing it just for you, they're not going to change, because, like I said, they're doing it for you, not themselves. So you know what I mean? So if somebody sees something in themselves that they don't like, that's what motivates them to change. They're changing for themselves because they don't like that about themselves. You know what I mean? So anyways, I'm sorry I rambled on. I know I hate it when I do that. But if you guys don't mind, you don't mind. Anyways, that was the end of the reading anyways, so I rambled on afterwards. Okay, so, like I was saying before, healing, it could be, you're, wanting to change, you know what I mean? So, okay, so, I don't even know what I'm saying. Anyways, oh my gosh. If I wasn't recording on this, I would totally edit that out. But anyways, I know I keep saying that. Oh my gosh. Okay, so if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. And I am doing personal readings, and that is listed below. I'm going to add some changes to the description. But like, because I started a website, but I'm still working on it. So I did post or publish it already, but I'm still like making updates and stuff to it. So there's that. Also, what else? I think that is it. So, oh my gosh, I made it way too long. Yeah, so email or text when it comes to personal readings. If you have any questions about this reading, go ahead and send me a message or a text, or DM me on any platforms that are down below, okay? So yeah, so thank you guys again for tuning in. Sorry I rambled and I keep rambling. So I made this way longer than I was meant to, but that's okay. I'll try to do better next time. I think it's because it's my first one. Like, always the first one that I do of the day is like the worst ones that I do, just because, for those of you who don't know, I do tarot in secret. So, I have to do it during certain time frames. But I was awake for at least an hour. I don't know. I think I'm just very talkative right now. So I'm just like, ooh. But it's always the first one. Always the first one. So anyways, yes. So if you guys are still watching, thanks, I guess. So I'll see you guys next time. Okay, bye guys.